Hi everyone, today we're doing lesson 5.3c. We're still investigating our slope-intercept form. Today we're going to determine an equation of a line given a slope and some points. As you recall, our slope-intercept form is made up of two important parts. It's y equals mx plus b, where the m represents our slope and the b is our y-intercept, or in other words, where our line crosses the y-axis. So I'm not going to do the review. Our goal is, if I'm given a slope and a point, I'll be able to write an equation of a line, or if I'm given 2 points, I should be able to write the equation of a line. So how can I use graph paper to find the equation of a line? I'm going to actually put up both parts here so that I don't have to click. Let's graph this. It says I want the equation that passes through the point -3, 10 and has a slope of -4. So if I go to point -1, 2, 3, and up to 10 and put a dot there, trying to make it big so I can see it, and it says my slope is -4, which we know that means down 4 over 1. So once I have 1 point and I know my slope, I can make additional points. I just need to go down 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. There's a point. Down 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. There's another point. Down 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. And there's a fourth point. So I could connect my points and hopefully I have a straight line. However, using my mouse, I never have straight lines. They're pretty wiggly. But you can see now that I know my y-intercept. It is right here at -2. So now that I know my y-intercept and I know my slope, I can write my equation of my line as y equals my slope, -4, x, and then my y-intercept, -2. Let's do the next one. I have the point -6, 4, -6, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have a point there. And I have a slope of -1/3, which means I'm going to go down 1 over 1, 2, 3. Put a point there. Down 1 over 1, 2, 3. Put a point there. Down 1 over 1, 2, 3. Put a point there. I don't need that many points. I really only need 2 to make a line, but sometimes it's nice to have multiple to make sure you have a nice straight line, which straight is kind of a relevant term for my most run lines. But we know my slope. Now we just need my intercept. And my intercept is right there at +2. So knowing my slope and knowing my intercept, I can write my line in slope-intercept form. Y equals -1/3 x, and my y-intercept is +2. Let's look at my next examples. What's the equation line that goes through these 2 points? Well, I have 2 points, so let's graph them. 1, 2, up 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down 8. Right here. And I can connect my points. Kind of, sort of. As long as I have my points, straightness of my line doesn't hurt me too much. It'd be nice if it was straighter. But, so I have 2 points. I don't have my y-intercept yet. I'm going to need to make an additional point. But first I need to know my slope. So let's figure that out. From positive 1 to negative 8 is negative 9. And this is 3. So negative 9 over 3. My slope is negative 3. Now I still need to find that y-intercept. So I'm going to continue from this point. Since I know it's negative 3, I'm not going to go up 9. I'm going to only go up 3. 1, 2, 3 over 1. I have a point here. And 1, 2, 3 over 1. I have a point here. So if I continue my line, my y-intercept is at 7. Oops, I don't know what number that was going to be. Should be a 7. So my equation, my line, will then be y equals negative 3x plus 7. Let's look at my next example. I have a line that goes through negative 2, positive 4, and positive 4, positive 1, right here. And the straightness of my line probably makes a difference here so I can see my y-intercept. I'm going to figure out my slope first so that if I can simplify, it'll make it easier to count. So I'm going down and over. It's a negative slope again. And it's down 3 and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now if I was doing this on paper, I would have connected my points because I could use a ruler, but since I can't, I'm not drawing my line until I know a simplified slope. Negative 3 over 6 is the same as negative 1 over 2, which means from this point, I can go down 1 over 1, 2. There's my y-intercept. Down 1 over 1, 2. Then you'll see when I go down 1 over 1, 2, I'm to that point. So now it's easier for me to connect my dots because I have more points in between. Like I said, I probably would have connected them and I would have seen my y-intercept was 3 if I had a ruler, but hard to do using a mouse. So here's my y-intercept, right at positive 3. So my equation, y equals, my simplified slope is negative 1/2 x, and then it's plus 3. Okay, what if I don't have a graph? What if I want to know the equation of a line that passes through this point and has a slope of negative 4? Well, what we need to figure out is my y-intercept, and I'm going to show you a way you can do that. You know that y equals mx plus b, right? That is my equation of a line. Well, do I know my slope? Yeah, I can put negative 4 in for my slope. Do I know a value for x? Yeah, right here, negative 3. And when my x is negative 3, what is my y? My y is 10. Now I can just solve for b. Well, negative 4 times negative 3 is positive 12. Positive 12 plus b will equal 10. I'm going to subtract 12 from both sides. And I will get b equals negative 2. So now I can write my equation. Y equals, I know my slope is negative 4, negative 4x. And now I know my b is negative 2, so minus 2. Let's try another one, because that's a little different than anything we've done before. In this case, y equals mx plus b. Here's an x, here's a y, and here's an m. So we're going to be solving for b again. We need our y-intercept. So 4, that's my y, equals my slope, negative 1/3. X is negative 6. Plus b. Oh, 1/3 of 6 is 2, and a negative times a negative is a positive. So this will be 2 plus b equals 4. And I don't think you would need to go through the step to see this, because you know that 2 plus 2 equals 4, but we will go through the step anyway, because it never hurts to show all your steps. Sometimes get yourself making mistakes. So b is 2. So now we can write our equation in slope-intercept form. We know our m, we know our b. Y equals negative 1/3 x, and my b is a positive 2, so plus 2. Don't forget you can pause your video at any time to make sure you're up to date on your notes. I'm going to click again so I can see them both. Okay, now I have 2 points. I don't have my slope. How can I do this? Well, we know our formula for m is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 Again, it doesn't matter which one you say is 1 and which one's 2. I'm going to put this as 2. So negative 8 minus 1. And then 5 minus 2. Well, negative 8 minus 1 is negative 9. And 5 minus 2 is 3. Negative 9 over 3 is equal to negative 3. So my slope is negative 3. Now I can use either of these points to figure out what my b is. I'm going to use this one because it has positive numbers. It doesn't really matter. So 1y is my y value equals my slope, negative 3 times x, which is 2 plus b. Well, negative 3 times 2 is negative 6 plus b equals 1. Add 6 to both sides. And I will see that b equals 7. So my equation would be y equals negative 3x plus 7. Now what if I'd used, instead of 2, 1, I'd use 5, negative 8? Would it still work? Let's see. Negative 8 is my y equals negative 3 times 5. That's my x that goes with my negative 8 plus b. So negative 8 equals negative 15, negative 3 times 5, plus b. When I add 15 to both sides, I'll get b equals 7. So you see, I got the same answer. It doesn't matter which point you use, whichever one you like better. Okay, next one, negative 2, 4, and 4, 1. Let's find my slope. We can do 4 minus 1. Again, you could have done 1 minus 4. It doesn't matter. Negative 2 minus 4. I end up with 3 over negative 6, which I can simplify to negative 1/2. So now I just have to solve for b. This is my m. We can even start my equation. I know it's y is going to equal negative 1/2 x. And I just need to figure out my b. So either way, so I use this one. 4 equals negative 1/2 times x, which is negative 2, plus b. Negative times negative positive, and half of 2 is 1, plus b will equal 4. When I subtract 1 from both sides, you will see that my b is 3. And it is a positive 3. So down here I can do plus 3. So that's it. Have a great day.